Goeiedag. Good day, fellow South Africans, and I need to put this out there. It's an update on what's happening in Zimbabwe, just north of the Limpopo River. ZANU PF leader Emmerson Mnangagwa has been stranded in Russia because of non-payment of the private jet that he was flying around in. And at this very time, you've got Chiwenga, who is the apparently the military guy, who is slaughtering and killing so many Zimbabweans, who is now in charge of the whole thing about shutting down the internet to stop information coming out. I'll read you the comments that I've got here. Mnangagwa, I never get his name right, so just take that as said. Mnangagwa was in danger of being fully grounded in Russia after failing to pay for the expensive private jet he had hired for his Russia and Europe trips. This was because a company that owns the expensive Boeing 787 Dreamliner demanded an upfront payment. There is evidence suggesting that the airline company demanded the full payment, citing fears of disturbances back in Zimbabwe, where his deputy, Chiwenga, is currently in charge and has publicly told people shot dead by his soldiers to go and report to police. So, okay, so the army goes out and they shoot you dead, and he's saying, now you're dead, go and report to the police. What sort of IQ has this guy got? The internet was briefly switched on in Zimbabwe yesterday, simply to facilitate Mnangagwa's single payment for his jet. And then it was switched off again. The jet cost $70,000 per hour. Isn't this extraordinary? There is so much stuff here. I'm going to put an image up after this video, and also, okay, I'll be putting two videos up, which are a fellow on the phone to this deputy who's currently running Zimbabwe, and you'll get an idea of how chaotic things are. And then I'll put an image up after that, which is by Mawari Jedesi, talking about why the internet was brought back, because apparently he is tied up very closely with one of the internet companies. The exiled Professor Jonathan Moyer also spoke about this on his Twitter portal, saying, Treasury sources, Minister Mthuli Nkubi is traveling with, together with Mnangagwa, confirmed that the internet was fully restored earlier to enable the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe to send money for Mnangagwa's next leg for his trip from Russia and to pay the next installment for his private Boeing 787 Dreamliner. After the RBZ's transaction to Russia was completed, the rogue authorities directed internet service providers in the country to shut all social media, notably Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Twitter, as per this notice from EcoNet Zimbabwe. Only those using VPNs are online, and they're not online. They've been cut off too. The Mugabe-aligned National Patriotic Front spokesman, Jealousy Marwari, also wrote on this, saying that the airline company demanded full payment, citing fears of disturbances back in Zimbabwe. And below is the tweet, which I'll attach after the two videos. What you have is right now a country in chaos. And just before I put you through to those two videos, meanwhile, in the message sent out on Wednesday evening, mobile operator Econote said, "Dear valued customer, please be advised that the internet is back online under a directive that Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp, Twitter will remain closed until
Morning, VP.
Yes.
Mise murikutana na Simba Chikanza.
Ani?
Simba Chikanza.
Simba Chikanza.
Yes, sir. Ndininda kubatsira ine nya iya last time. You remember the issue ye mudzimai where I complainer kuti akanga arowa last time.
Angarowa nei?
Makangano mudzimai where aitaura kuti akanga arowa nemagadzi amai kudombo shower last time.
Makataura ni?
Mato ndikanganwa.
Okay, anyway. Ngatitaure etu.
Yeah. Oh, VP danetseka. Ndiri kuona kuti internet yaitwa shutdown on your instructions. Econet net one.
And
it only shut down as we are speaking, so it was.
You know, I don't know anything about that.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, variko maworkers variko vari kutaura kuti this is a government or a directive.
And atina chatinoziva isha. Tina directive yakadaro. And atina capacity yachikuita zvinhu zvakadaro.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then pane ma videos akacirculate nezuro of ma soldier, sorry, not war in this case, varume vanga bata ma AK-47. Some of them were automatic rifles. Of course, they were in civilian clothes. And vanhu vakapfurwa several, 5 people so far dead. Manga mama ona.
Enda kumapurisa kamunotaura nezvizvo. Madarire kunodarire kudaro. Uri Simba Chikunzi, uri kufona uri kupi?
Ndiri kuLondon vachiwenga mandikangano. Hello? Hello? Vachiwenga. VP.
It seems to be that phone services have also been cut. We're having difficulty here contacting several people, several government people. Seems to be. And if this is true, then phone services have also been cut. Just going to try and get in touch with a few people here. We include Father Fidelis Mukonori, the Catholic priest. Right now I'm trying. Maangwanani. Ndo faraka na mshifaro en. Katoro na VP. Mutara na Walter. Mkoma ndanchi msati mabapaka. Muripo. Hello? Mutara na Walter mkango vati Walter msati mabapa phone. Ndiri kukumbirawo please. Muva udzeo please kuti vari kupunisha ma civilians when in actual fact masoja regaindi pedze mkoma vari kupunisha ma civilians when in actual fact masoja ndafona inamba yavachiwenga mukangovaudza kuti Walter Chikanza ndambotaura navo earlier on. Yes, inzwai mukoma wangu nditeererei. Vari kupanisha civilians. Right now vari kushuta civilians. Civilians vakaudzwa nemasoldiers. There is evidence of civilians being ordered to go and strike. Vachitorohwa. School teacher vachirohwa. Ndinogona kupai list yezvikoro right now. Okay, ndakatwa just now. I've just been cut once again. And the person I've just been calling here is Constantino Chiwenga. And it's most likely that this is his bodyguard who picked up the phone. But what's important in this is the trail of evidence, the trail of legal evidence that is there, which I'm also going to present to the British government. I'm also going to present it to the EU. I'm going to present it to every and any government here possible, including the US as well. Because I do believe right now we've got a prima facie for a civilian conflict that is being engineered by the same regime that calls itself a government. Yeah, so our viewers, readers, and listeners here, the person I've just been talking to is a man who answered the phone for Constantino Chiwenga. This was Constantino Chiwenga as well. Yeah, so my lines are kuita zvawo pana wanga achimbofela, but are kuita. Okay, and my landlines ndo are cut off, but mobiles are working. Okay, so it looks like landlines are the ones. If this is true, then maybe my landlines ndo are failure, but the cell phones are working. I've just talked here with a person who picked up phone ya Constantino Chiwenga. The trail of evidence that I have right now does suggest, as you noticed there, I was making an update to Constantino Chiwenga, seeking to assist him and give him evidence that he is punishing civilians, when in actual fact civilians have been ordered by soldiers to strike, to riot. We have got this evidence, which is very compelling, of showing how particularly teachers were beaten up inside classrooms in front of their school kids early morning yesterday around 9 a.m. and told to leave work and go and strike. We have got evidence also of soldiers literally looting. There's one particular soldier who looted one of the shops, one of the supermarkets, and telling people to do what they want, to just riot, to get wild and just take over. And particularly here, the motivation for doing this being discontentment because of the rise in prices. And I will cite here particularly supermarkets were told that you have increased the prices, so for that reason we're going to take this without paying. We're going to take all these things without paying. This was early Monday morning. This evidence is there. It is in video form. It was live streamed. It's time stamped as well. There are places. Everything is structured and is quickly traceable within seconds. And so I called Constantino Chiwenga, seeking to give him this evidence, and in the belief that he is the acting president of the country. The man who picked up the phone wasn't him, and I knew once the phone is taken to Chiwenga himself, the line would be cut, because he's done that to me just yesterday. So I decided to relay a message to this man, who could be his bodyguard, his aide, whoever was possessing his phone. I'm going to print all my phone records so that I can present this to the intelligence services, the British intelligence services, the Americans, everywhere. I'm just going to spread to authorities so that they can see this evidence, because it does show here, we have got here a civilian conflict that is directly engineered by people who are running government. And I think this is extremely worrying. Every embassy, by the way, this is the other thing that I've also been doing, is to request from embassies to account for their citizens. So the British embassy must account for every British citizen who is in the country right now. The Americans as well must also account for their citizens. Every foreigner, please do tag on this, take this video, or go on Zimai.com, where this video is streaming from right now. Of course, I know I'm also streaming directly from Facebook, but if you jump on Zimai.com, go where this post is, tag your embassy where you are. If you've got a relative, someone who's a British passport holder or an Australian passport holder, a Canadian passport holder, for instance, right? Or people who you know are citizens of these foreign nations. Tag them and ask the embassy to account. They must account for their citizens. Why? Because we've got a very, very serious and worrying civil conflict situation here that is being engineered by government. I think, actual fact, this is terrorism. It's political terrorism, if you want to use that. Unfortunately, the Western governments, their definition of terrorism is Islamic terrorism. They don't, anything that doesn't have Islam in it, they don't call it terrorism. But this is terrorism that is being engineered by people who are running a government. So this is the only way. I know someone said, why are you mentioning British citizens? Why are you mentioning American citizens? What about Zimbabwean citizens? The reason why I'm doing this, it's also part of, yes, of course, there's a human concern, but there is no other way we're going to make these embassies alert without asking them to perform their duty. Their duty of call is first and foremost primarily for their citizens. So the Americans will stand first. They call it America first. They call it Britain first. They call it Australia first. So jump on Zimai.com right now. Go to where this video is streaming. Go to where the Twitter button is, share, and then tweet, tag your ambassador. Wherever they are here, they must account for their citizens. So, Zimbabwe is the nation around the world. Here, South Africa as well, also tag them. They must account for their South African citizens. We've reached really a really worrying level here. Our viewers, readers, and listeners here. This is terrorism against citizens, And the thing is, they don't even have here a way. This is extra. There's a term for it. So extrajudicial killings, right? These are extrajudicial killings that are taking place here. And you've just seen there, I've just called a man. I can't show the number, obviously, because for legal reasons, but I'm definitely going to print out this phone statement and send it to the intelligence services, the British, the Americans, and all that. But my point is here, we do have here an extremely worrying situation of extrajudicial killings. I'm going to be shutting down right now. Jump on Zimai.com, go to where this video is streaming, tweet, send it out, tag all your embassies, then we'll proceed shortly. I'll come back live here. We must not stop. If you're in Zimbabwe, wherever you are, please drop us, send us any detail, whatever is going on right now. We know they've shut the internet down, we know they've done this or that, but you know what? They can't stop the human spirit. They can't stop the human spirit. I'm going to be shutting down. And a very good morning to our viewers, readers, and listeners. I'm just also going to try and see if I can add one or two people here. Okay. Someone says 3 days are not enough for this. Okay, this and that and that. Okay. Yeah, someone says this is terrorism against humanity. Yeah, absolutely. Please remember, jump on Zimai.com. Let's share this tweet. Share it with the ambassadors. Wherever you are, if you're near your government, if you've got direct access to your prime minister or your president outside the country, go. They must account for their own citizens here. They can't be standing. I saw the British ambassador tweeting yesterday, an irresponsible tweet early morning. That was really irresponsible, something that is encouraging these terrorists. But anyway, we're going to be moving right now. Our viewers, are going to be shutting down right now. I've just called Constantino Chiwenga once again. I spoke with the man who picked up the phone there, and I relayed a message. I said much which I could before I was cut, but at least the message went through. I'm just going to try and bring in one or two people. Gilbert Moshe wants to come in here. Let me see. And so this is where we are, viewers, readers, and listeners. Jump on Zimai.com. Share this tweet. Share this video. Tweet it around so that we can get the message here. All these embassies, they must account for their citizens. This is now serious terrorism here by a government. I've just been trying to add here Patience Olivier, and the connection failed. Try Gilbert Moshe. It has failed. I'll try here Patrick Matiko Kera. fails, then we're going to have to cut. Jump on zimai.com right now. Share this video, our viewers, and listeners there. Let's get the word out there. Let's get these embassies. They must do something. What ordinarily should happen here is most of the time is the embassies they can activate here security measures where their forces, their military can enter the country and then evacuate their citizens or something like that. But the thing is, this is what must now happen. This is what now must happen. Yeah. Anzi, may I have? I've been trying direct calls since yesterday, but nothing. No, try my cell phones. Pane mama ari kufaila ma direct calls, but mama ari kushanda ndafoni. Very good morning to you. I'll be back once again here. Thank you.